Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time on this channel, you're welcome. I am A.H.P. I'm an author and I also do business. Now today's video is for that part of my channel where we talk about real life issues, okay? And today I'm going to be sharing with you the importance of financial literacy and financial investment to eradicate poverty. Now, for those of you who have followed me long enough on this channel, know that I am a believer, I am a Christian, okay, and I am called to systems, and one of the systems I'm called to is family. Okay, now for a few years now, God has been showing me ways to eradicate poverty in families, and one of the ways is basically through entrepreneurship. Okay, entrepreneurship. And it's very important to not just know how to invest your money, but also um, how you spend your money matters. And therefore, financial literacy is very important. It plays a very big role in wealth creation and also wealth accumulation. Okay, and so apart from reading books, okay, read books, listen to things like podcasts and audiobooks and all of that kind of stuff. It is also very important that you put what you listen to into practice and also have a business idea that will bring in wealth for you, and also invest your money where in assets that will bring returns, financial returns into your pocket. A lot of people, um, I bought in, personally, I also bought into this trap where you just buy liabilities, okay? Liability is, a house that you live in and you're paying mortgage every month. That's a liability. Yes, it's nice to have a nice home. However, that is not an asset. A home is only an asset when you buy that home and you rent it out and you have a tenant that pays you, or tenants who pay you every month, money every month, in terms of rent, okay, that becomes an asset. Another asset that people, another liability, sorry, that people invest in thinking that, yeah, it's an asset, when it's not, is cars. It's nice to drive a good car, okay, however, that is taking money out of your pocket, and in terms of MOT and also, petrol and all of that maintenance work every month. Okay. Now, cars are only assets if you are going to buy a fleet of cars and rent them out. That becomes an asset because it's putting money into your pocket. Okay. So now you get the drift. Basically, have invest your money into things like gold, silver. Some people invest into Bitcoin. Some people invest into oil. Some people invest into franchises of different companies and all of that kind of stuff. And then also have a business that you can run and it makes you a substantial amount of money. Whilst you're doing that, it's also important that you look at other ways of saving your money, because best believe, okay, believe it or not, when your money gets into a certain amount, like I think it's over 5,000, the bank starts to actually tax you, and the bank will, when you have more than 2 grand in your account, they'll be nice to you, extra nice to you. Even 2 grand, having 2 grand in your account, they'll be talking really nice to you. They'll be trying to find out if you have credit card, if you have this, and if you have that, and if you have this, and you have all this kind of stuff to try and take money from you. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I use my bank, and I do have savings account for myself and my 2 children. However, I don't put the amount that will get me taxed. Okay. I do other stuff. I put my money elsewhere. Okay, in places such as premium bonds. That's the one that I can give you. And premium bonds, where basically I get 100% of my money back, and my children will get 100% of their money back. But that is the way we save our money, you know. So I put them, so I put all of our money in there, and then just leave a little percentage for immediate, what's it called? Immediate emergencies, or and immediate investments, you know, that we need to make, because I do run um, a business that my children are ambassadors for. Um, so yeah, we need like finance to invest and all of that kind of stuff immediately. So we keep a little bit in each of our savings accounts. So look up all those things, like ways to invest your finances, and also your lifestyle matters. How you live your life matters, like how you spend your money matters. I used to spend my money just anyhow, you know, eat out every day, well, every week, eat out, catching buses, catching taxis, not caring how my money goes, you know, and all of that, buying clothes in and out, buying wigs in and out, like every so often buying a wig and all of that kind of stuff, more than one. And all these things add up, and I never used to go to sales or anything like that. Like everything was paid full price, until this woman who I lived with during my placement, in foster placement, um, where she sat me down and she was like, "And how do you spend your money?" And I was like, "I'm in this amount of debt." I was like in 3 grand debt, over 3 grand worth of debt, and she was like, "You can't do that. You can't, what's it called? You can't live like that. You have to live different." I was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, you have to live different. You have to, if it's not on, this is their policy, yeah. If it's not on sales, if if it's not on sales, we're not buying unless it's food." That's how they live. Like, and so I began to buy all my clothes. Yeah, this was on sales. This was on sales. Okay. I do my own hair. I do my own hair now, and my shoes, my bags, all of that stuff you find from sales. The only time I'll spend the full amount is if it's less than £20 or less than £30, basically, depending on what the occasion is. Yeah. um, but not just cutting down on what I spend on myself, like, or spending wisely in terms of buying things themselves for myself, for my children as well, like all our clothes, all our shoes, all our entertainment, all of that kind of stuff is from sales. Like all of our household items is from sales or clearance. Okay, clearance is cheaper than sales. So Argos does them, Boots does them, Next does them, Marks and Spencers does it, Debenhams do it, Asda does it, Tesco does it. So it's a wide variety. Sports Direct does it. Like all these places, they do it. um what's it called, that shop that most girls like going to, Select does it, and all of that. I bought this from Select here, and it was supposed to be like £24 or something like that. I bought it for £5.99, I believe, or no, nine pounds. Yeah, £9 or something like that. But it wasn't full price. Okay, I bought this from Asda. It wasn't full price. It was supposed to be like £14 or £17 or something like that. And I bought it for I think it was like £6 or £5 for this jumpsuit. Okay, so spending wisely. And then I started buying food in bulk, because food is another thing that people spend a lot of money on. I started buying my food in bulk, like bags of rice, cans, like loads of cans of tomatoes, beans, and all of these kind of stuff, toiletries, all in bulk. and then I cut down on eating out. Okay, eating out, you can't be eating out every week. Like, you be spending like £10, £15, £20 here and there, like eating out every week, and that takes your money, takes most of your money. So that money, what I would have been spending in those times, yeah, I invested in my business. So I was able to publish my books, I was able to start my clothing line, I was able to pay off over 3 grand of debt, which put me on back onto the housing market, like onto the housing ladder, which will eventually put me on the housing market, like as a first time buyer. So things like that. Okay, so look at your lifestyle. Don't buy into the lifestyle of, you know, all these celebrities that have dysfunctional habits, financial habits. I'm gonna do a video on that another day. But all these celebrities that have dysfunctional money habits, you look at them, you study them, you will see that, you know, they end up losing all their assets. You see that they end up losing all the money that they've worked for, whether they're actors, singers, rappers, you know, these kind of people, public figures and all of that. If they are not careful with their finances because of being financially illiterate, they end up losing it all in the end, and they end up filing for things like bankruptcy, you know. And so it's very important that you are financially literate, know how to budget, know how to spend wisely, know how to create wealth and accumulate wealth and retain the wealth that you've accumulated, so that you don't lose it all in the end. And also know how to save as well, for yourself and for your children. You know, if you're a parent like myself, think of your children as well, like save for them as well, you know, and also teach them financial literacy. So I ended up, follow me on Dynamic Entrepreneurs, where I post all things entrepreneurial, including financial literature. So there's books like Think and Grow Rich on there. If you can't afford to buy it, the hard copy, you can actually get the PDF version and read online. You can get the, what's it called, Rich Dad Poor Dad, also in PDF. You can also get the Millionaire Next Door, also in PDF if you can't afford it. But there are books that you can get from Amazon, like £2, £3, £5, you know, new or used, nearly new, and you find that they're still in good condition. And so yeah, you can look at that. And also Kingdom Secrets by Temi Arayomi. I would have recommended Millionaire Project, but I don't think it's in print anymore. But you can check Amazon. I might be wrong. You can check Amazon, but I know it's not in the bookstore. But you can check Amazon. So look at things like that, and then listen to other entrepreneurs and business orientated stuff, and put those things that you learn into practice. And so that is it, guys. I have a few things that I need to show you guys that has come through for my eBay store. Okay, bought some clips, some hair clips. Okay, so these are bobby pins, and so they came today. I've opened them because I was doing this video and then it cut off. Hair clips, hair clip, just one of that. So it's for M&F Boutique and also for little ones, all things baby. And then this is another hair clip, bigger one. putting them back in because I need to children's book.